Hello everyone. Hope you're all keeping well today. Today is the 20th of November 2013. Wow, it's not too many weeks away it's not too many weeks away from Christmas now. So yeah, it's kind of a wild day out there. That's why I have my hat on, because I was out there. I was out at the shop there about a half an hour ago or so, and had my hat on and just decided to leave it on for another while, and my gloves as well. And yeah, because it's quite a cold day and it's quite wild and wet out there at the moment. So yeah, uh, in this video, yeah, in this video, I'm what I want to talk about is the new consoles that are coming out, um, this month. Um, I know the Xbox One is coming out like a week. It's been launched a week before the PS4. Um, it's been launched here in 2 days time. Yeah, 2 days time. Today is the 20th of November, and it's been launched here on the 22nd of November. So yeah, that's the Xbox One, and then the following week will be the PS4. And I guess you could say that I was thinking of getting one of the consoles. Now, I guess you see, this is where it pays to read and watch reviews on the internet, like watch reviews on video websites such as YouTube, and you know and I went on to Google, and I typed in PS4 or Xbox One, and I looked up the website there, and it said that, somebody, like, I was reading various posts, and it was really well, it was a bit of a toss up, to be honest. So it was, but the PS4 seemed to have gotten the better votes for its hardware capabilities, and and that kind of made me think a bit, but you see, my first thought was, when I heard about these new consoles coming out, and when I saw what they both look like, and all that, I thought to myself, I might just wait a few months until they have been out a few months, and just to see if there was any problems, which evidently there is some problems already with the PlayStation 4. So otherwise, those of you who did not see the problems, just go onto YouTube and type in like problems with PlayStation 4. Like, there was one video that I saw, this guy made, and his PS4 actually, it froze up, and the game actually froze on it, and you had to like you had to reboot the whole system, and now that's probably just I wouldn't say that that's I wouldn't say that that's an internal hardware problem. I would say it's a software problem from the software, and I'm sure that Sony will send out patches or updates, whatever, via the PlayStation network, in in due time, you know. And I admit it's not the best start to a new gaming console, so it's not. Maybe these companies should thoroughly test the software with all the games before they actually launch the console. The console just to eradicate or eliminate any problems that may be there. You know, because when something new comes out, you want it to get off to the best possible start. And but anyway, I can't see that being anything really major, such as an internal hardware problem. You know, I can't see it being like the Red Ring of Death in the past on the first generation Xbox 360. I'd say it just needs I say just some software updates maybe required, you know, via your internet, and you know, and I'd say that's sorted out, I'd say. But yeah, when I was reading the post, yeah, I was actually quite surprised that it's not that I'm now don't get me wrong on this. It's not that I'm an Xbox fanboy or anything. Uh, as a matter of fact, I had a PlayStation before I ever had an Xbox, and before that, then I had Nintendo. I had the Nintendo NES. I had the Nintendo SNES. Um, I still have. Oh yeah, I still have the Game Boy, the one that came out in 1989. Have that in a drawer somewhere, and it still works. It still works. All it needs is 4 new batteries, and it still works. Still have the games with it. The only thing is, one time my brother just damaged the glass on the screen. Himself and his partner were messing about with it, and the screen and the glass just fell off the screen. But apart from that, it still works. It still works. You can still play the games on it. And to be honest, I never finished any of the games on it, believe it or not. and I got it, and actually it was my same brother that bought it for me one Christmas after not that long after it came out, back in 1989 or 1990, whatever it was, something like that. But still works. I think I actually switched it on there not that long ago, and it still worked. So might just need four new batteries, and that's it. And as I said, like 20 what? If it came out in 1989, 1990, that's like 23, 24 years. So it's still working. Anyway, I've had all them before, and then I've had the PlayStation 1. I did rent the Sega Mega Drive one time. I used to be able to rent video games consoles from the local video store here years ago, but they've stopped that. Now you can rent out the games, and then of course, apart from the obvious, the movies, you know. And I remember renting the Sega Mega Drive once, and yeah, I thought it was quite a good system too. And so then after that, then I had as I said, I had the PlayStation 1, and I had which was also a very good system too. PlayStation 2, I had 2 of them broke on me, and I never abused them in any way. You know, like I never let them fall, or I never threw them around the place or anything like that. But 2 of them still broke, and I believe that I'm not the only one to have had those problems, and the problems were that there wasn't the two PlayStation 2s that broke on me. They weren't meeting the discs. That's what happened. You put in a disc and it would say like the disc is unreadable or something like that. So then that means then I wasn't able to play the games. So fair enough, I got a replacement console, like a rebuilt one from Sony, not from Sony direct, but from a toy store, not about an hour away from here. It's got all that, and got that on both occasions from the same toy store. When both PS2s broke on me, but I just had to pay a bit towards both consoles. But a small amount. Then I got the PS2 Slim. Yeah, I got the PS2 Slim, and that was I found that a very good system too. So I did. It definitely didn't. I had it for. Oh, I had it for very near 4 years, from 2006. I think it could have been near Christmas 2006 when I got it, and then I got my Xbox 360 in October 2010. So that was nearly 4 years. So the PS2 Slim, I think, was probably better than the large, or the first generation PS2, so should I say. And yeah, so then I got the PS3, and again, quite a good system. The only gripe, well, apart from the when I mean gripe, I mean apart from the controller, the triggers on the PS3 controller they were awful. And I'm not the only one that has complained about that. There was tons of complaints about that. When you be playing like a game, like a first person shooter, and you be relying on the top triggers for the game, like when you're aiming a gun and then shooting a gun, whatever. Next thing is you're shooting at an enemy, and then the next thing is your fingers slip off the top trigger, and that was to be honest, that was quite a bit of a drawback for me on the PS3. So it was. And another gripe I had with the PS3 is that on a couple of occasions the hard drive on my PS3 had crashed, or it had become corrupted. And I remember having to leave the PS3 on for hours while it was repairing the corrupted hard drive, and again, that was a little bit of a drawback too. Now whether Sony have patched that since, I don't know. Another console I had, which I nearly forgot to mention when I mentioned Nintendo, I had the Wii. Actually, I had the Wii. Yeah, I traded the. Just going back to the PlayStation 2 Slim, can't remember if I actually sold that or not. But anyway, I expected it to come back to me. But I had the Nintendo Wii as well, and when I got it, it performed well for me. So I did. I never had any issues with it, so I didn't. And it was the first console that I've ever. It was my first own console that I ever played online with. And I have to say the first time when I got online, that I was pretty excited because I was able to access all the things, stuff like the weather channel and all that, the Nintendo channel, and you know, and all that. Oh yeah, and just when I'm on Nintendo again, just when I'm on Nintendo again, I also had the well, I had both Nintendo. Well, actually, I had the Nintendo Game Boy Advance um, SP. It came out about 2003, I think it was. Then I had the Nintendo DS, and then I had the Nintendo DSi XL, which I didn't have for very long, to be honest with you. Didn't really. It appealed to me first when it first came out, but after I got it, you know, I just didn't use it that much, so I decided to sell it. I think I sold it at GameStop. So then when I was buying um, anyway, back to the Nintendo Wii. How I don't have that anymore. Well, I traded that for the Xbox 360. You know, I just one day, you know, this idea popped into my head. You know, actually, it wasn't that long after I played on my nephew's Xbox 360. You know, I thought the online on the Wii was good, but when I played on Xbox Live one day on my nephew's Xbox 360, you know, then one day this idea just popped into my head. You know, gosh, you know, if I, you know, like I could maybe if I go to GameStop and trade in my Wii, I could get an Xbox 360 Slim at a reasonable price, and so which I did, and I have to say I'm very, very happy with the 360. To be honest with you, I'm very, very happy with it. And but now with another new generation of consoles coming out very shortly over the coming weeks or days, whatever. You know, I'm hesitant in getting either consoles at the moment. You know, when I read that when I saw that the PS4 got some better reviews than the Xbox One, that kind of made me think in the direction of Sony again. But then I just thought, then, you know, what about like all these like freezing problems or whatever. And actually, somebody did mention about hardware problems too. Whether that's to do with the freezing or not, I don't know. As I said in the video, but I could be wrong. My guess is that the freezing is a software problem, and you know. But anyway, I think that I am going to wait a few months until each of the consoles are a few months into their cycles, and during that time I will keep checking the internet on and off, just to see if there's any problems, just to see what or if there are any problems or any new problems reported by either console, you know. And you know, I would advise you gamers out there to also do the same, because you know, like, you must remember, like, it's our hard-earned money that goes into purchasing these systems, you know. And your money, like, goes, like, some of that money goes to the retailers, and then goes on to the manufacturers, like, you know. And you know, see, you just have to think of that, you know. And that's why I think it would be wise to wait and and not buy the and just wait a while before buying the console and and see see what developments there are, you know, and because the Xbox 360, I mean, I'm talking about the first one, not the Slim, the first one, the 2005 model, that well, it was still successful. Yes, it was still successful, but it got off to a bad start with with the dreaded red ring of death. Now, I'm not saying that the PlayStation was perfect either. I mean, that that was known to have the yellow light of death, you know. But I don't think it was on as big a scale as the Xbox was. Maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe if I did more research into it, maybe I would find out something that I didn't know about. But yeah, the PlayStation 3 had its share of problems too. So, you know, so but I'm not going to tell anyone what to do. I'm only just offering my advice, and my advice would be is again to wait a while, see to see how both consoles perform. Now I already know about the PS4, right, with the freezing things and all, right, and all that. So at least I know about that. Um, but I'd still wait a while. Even if that's sorted, I would still wait a while to see if there are any problems. Um, you know, because as I said, it's your hard-earned money that goes into that, and yeah, and another thing is, like, you'd be saving yourself a lot of time, and possibly in most cases a lot of, yeah, or you'd be definitely saving yourself a lot of time and hassle by having to go and send a faulty or broken console back to the manufacturer, um, you know, and all that. You'd be saving yourself all that heartache, you know, by just sticking with the console you have for the time being. Um, you know, and fair enough. Maybe after about maybe 3 to 4 months, whatever, 5 months, you know, if there's no problems that have been reported on the internet or whatever with either console, then fair enough. Then you know, then I think that would be all right then. But but you know, that's just my personal opinion. You know, it's up to you. At the end of the day, it's up to the consumer themselves what they want to do, what console they want to buy. Um, and another thing is, like, it depends on what each consumer wants from the console. And a drawback on the Xbox One already, I've read about, is the region. The is that the Xbox One is region locked, and yeah, I could see that being a big deal for. I can see that being a major issue for a lot of people. Now, somehow I can't see it being a major issue for me, but again, it's just something else that's worth bearing in mind. The PS4 is not region locked, so it's not, and so yeah. So unless they send out some updates via Xbox Live, like a new software update that can eradicate or do away with the region lock. Unless they do that, they they possibly may do. I don't know. But as I said, it's going to be it's going to be a major issue to at least some people anyway. Maybe not to everyone. I couldn't really see it as a I couldn't really see it as a big issue to me, but because well, the only the only person I've lent a game to, or the only people I've lent a game to that also have an Xbox 360 is are two of my nephews, and that's all. So I have never I've never lent any games to any friends, but yeah, that's just. But anyway, that's just my outlook on the whole thing. So if you agree or disagree with anything I said, then please, you are more than welcome to leave your comments in the comments section on my page, and just say whatever say whatever you have to say, basically. And yeah. So okay, well, we've come towards the end of this video now, and yeah, so that's it. And anyway, whoever buys either one or both of the new consoles, then good luck with them. Good luck. I hope they work out well, because there's a possibility that I will buy one of them someday. So, but don't know when. So, because I'm just sticking with the 360 for now. So that's it. Okay. Bye for now.